You're sitting in your living room, the warm glow of the TV casting a gentle light on the familiar surroundings. The evening stretches out before you like an empty canvas, full of possibilities. You've just settled into your favorite armchair, a steaming cup of coffee in one hand, a worn copy of your favorite novel in the other. The world outside is quiet, a peaceful hush that's a welcome respite from the chaos of the day. As you turn the page, your phone suddenly jolts to life, shattering the tranquility. You glance at the screen, a mix of annoyance and curiosity warring for dominance. Another telemarketer, perhaps? A wrong number? You let out a mental sigh, bracing yourself for the inevitable sales pitch or awkward conversation. But as you lift the phone to your ear, something unexpected happens. A voice you thought you'd never hear again sends a shiver down your spine. It's a voice that's been etched into your memory like a jagged scar, a reminder of a chapter in your life that's long since closed. "Hey," the voice says, a hint of hesitation in the tone. Your mind reels as you process the sound. Can't be. It's been years since you last heard that voice, years since you last saw the person who owns it. 1,000 what-ifs flood your thoughts, each one more terrifying than the last. "Rachel?" you say, your voice barely above a whisper. There's a pause on the other end, a pause that stretches out like an eternity. You feel like you're holding your breath, like the entire world is waiting for her response. "Who else?" the voice says, a wry smile creeping into the tone. A wave of memories crashes over you, a mix of sadness and longing that's been simmering just below the surface for far too long. You remember the laughter, the arguments, the whispered secrets shared in the dead of night. You remember the way she made you feel, like you were home, like you were exactly where you were meant to be. But you also remember the pain, the tears, the shattered dreams. You remember the way she left, the way she disappeared without a word. You thought that chapter was closed, that it was time to move on. And yet, here she is, her voice on the other end of the line, speaking words that make your heart skip a beat. "They're looking for me again," she says, her tone laced with a mix of fear and defiance. Your mind reels as you try to process what's happening. Who's looking for her? Why now? After all these years, after all the silence and the pain, why is Rachel calling you, of all people? The questions swirl in your head like a tornado, each one more pressing than the last. You feel like you're being pulled back into a world you thought you'd left behind, a world that's full of danger and uncertainty. But you're not sure you're ready to go back. You're not sure you're ready to face the memories, the emotions, the what-ifs that come with Rachel's return. You're not sure if you're ready to pick up the pieces of a life that's been shattered, a life that's been forever changed by the people and the experiences that have shaped you. And yet, as you listen to Rachel's voice on the other end of the line, you know that you have no choice. You have to face the truth, no matter how painful it may be. You have to confront the past, no matter how hard it may be to do. Because, as Rachel's voice fades into the distance, you're left with one inescapable truth. The fight may be over, but the war is far from won. You're sitting in your armchair, the warmth of the cup of coffee still lingering in your hand, but your mind is 1,000 miles away. Rachel's words have sent you back to the memories of your time together in the military. You remember the camaraderie, the struggles, and the sacrifices you made as a team. You recall the laughter and the late-night talks around the campfire, the early morning patrols, and the long, grueling missions. But you also remember the darker side of war, the losses, the trauma, and the secrets that were left unspoken. The faces of the fallen haunt you still, and the sounds of gunfire and screams linger in your mind like a bad dream. You try to push those memories away, but they're always there, just beneath the surface, waiting to resurface. As you try to piece together the truth about Rachel's disappearance, her call sign, Nightshade, echoes in your mind. You remember the stories of her exploits on the battlefield, the rumors of her exceptional skills, and the whispers of her mysterious past. You recall the way she moved with a quiet confidence, like a ghost in the shadows, always one step ahead of the enemy. But what you don't remember is why she disappeared. What you don't know is what really happened to her after she left the military. And what you don't understand is why she's contacting you now, after all these years. You try to recall the stories you heard about Rachel's time in the military, but they're all fragmented and unclear. You remember the rumors of her involvement in a top-secret mission, the whispers of her involvement in a clandestine operation. But you also remember the denials, the claims that it was all just rumors and speculation. As you try to sort through the truth and the lies, you realize that Rachel's call sign is more than just a nickname. It's a reminder of the woman she was, the skills she possessed, and the secrets she kept. And it's a reminder that the line between reality and myth is often blurred, and the truth can be difficult to find. You take a deep breath, trying to calm your racing mind. You realize that the phone call is no longer just about reconnecting with an old friend. It's about uncovering the truth about Rachel's disappearance and the secrets she's been keeping for years. The stakes are higher than you ever imagined, and you're not sure if you're ready for what's coming next. But you know you have to find out. You have to know what happened to Rachel, and why she's contacting you now. You have to know the truth about the woman who was once your partner, your friend, and your confidant. And you have to find out what secrets she's been keeping, and why she's been hiding them from you for so long. You're sitting in the midst of chaos, the memories of your time in the military still fresh in your mind. Rachel's call had set off a chain reaction, and now you're facing a choice that will change everything. The truth is unraveling, and you're not sure what's real anymore. As you try to make sense of it all, you realize that Rachel's call was more than just a coincidence. It's a warning, a signal that the ghosts of war are stirring again, and this time, they're coming for her. The clock is ticking, and you must decide whether to stand by Rachel or walk away. The consequences of your choice will be far-reaching, affecting not just her life but also the lives of those around you. You think back to the countless missions you shared, the comrades you lost, and the sacrifices you made. The memories are a blur, but one thing is clear. You owe Rachel your life. You're drawn to her like a magnet, and you can't shake the feeling that you're being pulled back into a world you thought you'd left behind. But there's something more at play here. A darkness within you, a demon that you've been trying to keep at bay. It's the same voice that whispered, "Just one more mission," during your time in the military. It's the same voice that convinced you to take risks and push boundaries. And it's the same voice that's telling you to walk away from Rachel now. The phone call that started it all is just the beginning. You've been drawn into a world of secrets, lies, and danger, where the line between truth and fiction blurs. You're not sure what's real anymore, but you know this, you can't turn back now. The question is, what will you do next? Will you find the courage to stand up for what's right, or will you let fear and doubt consume you? The choice is yours, but be warned. The consequences will be seismic.